Yo, what up, geeks? Another episode of Global Geek Art in Depth. Joining me today is my dude Eric, long time no see, my friend. And joining us for the second time ever, we got my man Jamie. What's going on, Jamie?
You, not good. Always good.
He's my other English friend, just so you guys know. I get a lot of guys who are willing to stay up really late at night to be on these videos.
Well, you know, dedication. It's all about the dedication.
Right. So, before we go ahead, we really get into things, I want to make sure I give a big shout out to Demi with this awesome skull of a T-Rex that I'm using as my background. As you guys know, if it is Jurassic Park related, it's like my go-to. So, I'm going to go ahead, toss up honorable mention artists. They are worth being featured, but I just don't have time to do everybody. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here for hours at a time. I do want to go ahead, give you guys a little bit of explanation of how I kind of picked this. I try not to do too many of the same people getting featured every single week. I also base it off of how well do I know the anime, or do I even know what your image is coming from? Because if I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to talk about. As well as on the Geek Art Facebook page, we have a rule that non-Geek Art related posts will get done on the weekends only. So we want to try to keep the YouTube channel focused on that as well. So any non-geek related art pieces are going to be automatically put into an honorable mentions piece. So with that said, these are some really cool pieces. I do love them. They're all worth having their own features at some point. But it's hard to talk about, guys. It really is.
That's for sure.
That snake, though, man.
They are so cool. They really are. I love all of them. Like, this guy looked like a Gundam. I love Dark Shadow.
Yeah, it reminds me of
Piccolo.
Neo
Piccolo never changed. But yeah, there's some great images. Into our first featured artist of the week. First artist of this week is going to Karl Davies. Now, this dude...
13th?
What?
It's not Friday the 13th.
It's not Friday the 13th, but it is Friday where I'm at right now. Man, I couldn't help it. This piece needs featured, and I'm trying to emphasize this for his sake. He was really, really getting burnt out on WWE, which we all, I think as artists, we all kind of feel that at some point, where you do absolutely the same thing so much, you kind of lose interest.
No question.
So he switched it up to this horror theme, and he went with this dude right here, which is just awesome, and I freaking love it. As a digital artist... Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. It's just as a digital artist.
I was just going to say it looks hella real, man.
Like, exactly.
What I like about
the laid out background as well.
Oh, sorry. Timing. Terrible. I just wanted to say that I think that this Jason Voorhees is the best horror piece I've seen from Karl Davies. And I like this so specifically because it has a really nice style to it. And though it is digital, I can actually kind of confuse this for traditional when I look at it at first.
I could too.
And I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I could too. I'm really trying to convince him to do like this really sick looking, like from the book Jurassic Park, like Velociraptor with like just like gore hanging out of its mouth. I think that'd really give him a challenge.
Definitely.
But, Karl, you know I love your art, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to move it on.
So, the next piece we've got here is this awesome Trunks by Jerome Gonzales. And as you see here, we've got Trunks in his base form, regular Super Saiyan, and then we have Super Trunks, which is just absolutely sick. I love love that burst of gold in the background just to accent the rest of this. Freaking beautiful. And I am not a fan of Trunks. So if I want to stare at a picture of Trunks for this long, that means it's really, really, really good.
I'm a little sad you're not a fan of Trunks.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I've got to be honest. I'm a little disappointed in you, bro. I am.
I'm sorry. I'd get in my reasonings on a different day.
All right. You know what?
Dragon Ball.
What I was gonna say is, I love the gold. It really brings out the design in the foreground. I think that tribal black is really cool as well. But the fact of the matter is Trunks was a cool character in my book. Z Trunks. We're not going to talk about Super Trunks. Was a cool character, and the first time I ever saw him go Ultra Saiyan or whatever was like so cool to me. But I guess in the long run, having really big muscles and not being able to move very well makes sense. That's how I feel about bodybuilders in the gym. Like, oh yeah, you might have arms bigger than my head, but you'll never catch me.
Yeah, right. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
I really like the shading on this one. It's just makes it pop. It's really clean.
100%. Yeah, I do. I love this. There's a reason it was the featured art of the week. It 100% deserved it.
What I love so much about this is that it has 2 focus points, and I feel like those 2 focus points are Super Trunks' head, so right in the center, and that hair.
Yeah.
Just sticks so much more than the other 2. And then the background, the aura, like not just because of that gold, it is just so nicely done. You can see so much lighting coming off, like different lighting. You can see little things moving behind it. There's a lot of depth there. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
No,
so
I 100%
really
agree with you. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead. Let's check out the next person.
This piece belongs to Daniel Rios. Amazing artist. Makes me so jealous. It makes us want to cry. So I'm going to start off by saying the background. All the red smiley faces of the Zamasu when he broke through the universe is really well done. And that mental Zamasu behind him as well. Sick. Like the purple as well and the shading just makes it pop.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite pieces from Daniel. Like, he does great work all the time for all the crap that I like to give him.
Yeah.
But I feel like he took this piece and went the extra mile. That, you know, like, I know he does a lot of quick sketches and, you know, little quick tiny pieces. But he did this really cool space background. You've got all the glowing Zamasu faces, which are really cool. Few Zamasu looking demented as hell just really gets to me. And then, personally, Vegeta is my favorite fusion. So,
I can agree with you on the fusion thing with Vegeta, by the way, before I say that this piece is... What is there left to say about Daniel Rios, guys? What's there left to say?
You see me struggle to come out with the words.
I've said it before. I study his pieces. Like, I look at them for a long time, and I just don't know how he does it. Just the absolute incredible skin tones that he has that just distinctify his pieces. Not to mention him usually going and creating his own poses almost every single time. Look at the face of Zamasu here, and that is just pure insanity in his eyes. It's so good. That's not bad face, Brannon.
Yeah, right?
Nice try. Very good.
I pull off crazy really well.
Man, oh man. Just, again, another amazing piece from Daniel. Like, I feel like maybe we just need to all wear shirts that say Rios on the podcast one day.
Right? One of these days I'm going to have to do a Geek Art Indepth Daniel Rios. Just
Absolutely.
For him.
You call it Sir Rios.
Sir Rios. Let's go. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's check out who's next.
I don't know where I'm pointing.
All right. With this hot, sexy Charizard right there. Oh my God. Done by this dude, Eric. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous of you right now with adding in that water effect. I don't know how I'd even attempt to go about that.
So you know what it is? It's just a extremely tedious and light and fast hand stroke with the paint brush. And like, I've even got the piece right here. Get a little double vision.
Ooh.
So actually, it looks a little different.
It does look different. So
I want to see that on a Pokemon card, Eric. Come on.
Yeah, well, I use this little guy for the reference. I just use a little figurine.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So when you did it, you were doing multiple different medias, right?
Yeah. So Charizard himself is done in Copic marker. I always use cans and watercolor paper, and then for the background with the rain and everything, and some of the body of Charizard after the base layer of Copic markers, I put a thing of acrylic down to protect the paper, and then I go over it in oil paint, and yeah, so that's what all the background is oil paint. So, pretty much all the rain.
So you said, I'm sorry. So you said you lay down a layer of acrylic. So, like, you lay it. Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so for example, so what I'm gonna do with, I'm not gonna show you the whole piece right now because I don't want to spoil it or whatever. But so right here, I'm gonna lay down like acrylic paint, because what you can do with acrylic paint is you can put that down, and what that's gonna do is that's going to stiffen up your paper and protect your paper if you add oil onto it. Because if you put oil paint right on top of the paper, it's oil, so it's just going to seep through the paper and it's going to slowly eat away at the paper. So in a few years, the paper would deteriorate and just ruin itself.
Okay.
But if you put down the acrylic paint, that's like a plastic shield. So you put that acrylic down, and I usually will use like the same color that I'm going to put over top of it to just add a little extra depth and like kind of like help me get a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's all I'm doing with that is you can put oil paint over on top of acrylic, and it will help. It'll just help you be able to do the piece a little faster, and it helps protect the paper.
So your Charizard here, just make sure I'm clarifying. So you did it all in Copic markers. I'm talking about the Charizard specifically. You did that in the Copic markers, and then you did acrylic paint over the top of your Copic markers.
No, I actually did. So only the background there is the acrylic paint. Actually, also on the wings, not the orange, but the green and the blue. Some of that is acrylic paint as well. And then over top of it, you can't see any of the acrylic paint though, because I put oil over top of that. Because the oil blends a much different way. It makes a much more natural blend than acrylic paint does, in my opinion.
I've done that a little bit with my Bob Ross paintings, so I kind of understand what you mean there.
Right.
But okay. Well, that has been some in-depth art 101 from our man Eric, so that you guys can step up your game just a little bit.
Thank you. Oh, man.
Let's go ahead. Let's see who this next artist is.
So this one's actually mine. You can tell it's a Pokemon piece. I don't actually do them that often. to be honest with you. Obviously, I was inspired by Eric, and when I saw the Charizard, I thought, do you know what? Gonna give it a go. So this, all I've used for this is alcoholic-based markers. It's on Bristol board. I have actually used Prismacolor pencils as well for the shading. Just a little bit on the cloud cover. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little hints of yellow in the clouds.
I can see that.
I can see them a little bit, yep. Just
So
a hint.
So I've tried to put that as like a glow from the moon, because I've got like a little yellow ring going on the outside of that as well.
I like it.
The moon is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
By the way.
And then obviously just the few highlights on the Pokemon themselves.
I gotta say, I love the whole piece as a general, but that Bulbasaur looks adorable as hell. Like,
Do you know what? Personally, my favourite in this piece is it's got to be the Ivysaur. It's the face, and especially the eyes.
I can see
I'm
that.
really proud of that one.
It's funny because we all have different thoughts here because my
Yours
favorite...
is Venusaur, isn't it? You're going to say Venusaur.
The Venusaur. I love the coloring of it, and I honestly love the... I think it's really hard because even though Venusaur is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, he's an ugly boy, but he is very presentable in this piece, and I love it. And he's
You
not...
know what? Yeah, of all the Pokemon I've ever tried to draw in the past, especially when I was younger, he was always a pain in the ass, and I could never get it. It's the top part, you know, with the petal and the leaves and the way they come out.
well,
That's...
I always struggled with the proportions, but obviously now I'm a bit older and my skills are a bit sharper. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give him another go. And it's turned out belter. I'm really happy with it. And actually the stars as well. I've started using like jelly roll pens.
Oh yeah, Jelly Rolls are good.
Well, because what I used to do is just draw a circle and then ink around it, and then just, it would just be the plain white of the paper. But doing it this way, it just makes them like sort of pop out a bit more.
Absolutely.
yeah, no, I love it.
But yeah,
Let's
this
go
is a
ahead,
real
guys.
great-
I feel like we could sit here and we could just keep talking about Pokemon forever.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and
yeah.
check out who our next artist is.
All right, so this next piece we've got here, this is actually done by Brannon here, the host with the most. He rocked out a piece that was actually originally done by Adam, who's his other right-hand man on the pod, but he put his own style into this. So this is actually a picture of all of us admins and stuff. So we've got our leader Mel down in the corner, or down in the bottom, right in the center. Sorry. Then we've got Brannon and myself on the sides and whatnot. The middle of the page in the Piccolo style gear, we got Adam. We got Michael Halsey up above us. We've got Jamie here. He is to your right. Your is the viewer. And then we've got Austin to your left. I believe so, right? Yeah, I imagine. I don't think that one on the left is Jamie.
No, Jamie.
Mine's the one with the bear-looking pelt on.
Yeah,
the,
so I've been
I
meaning to ask you. What was the design of your OC? Like, where'd you get this idea of having the pelt?
Do you know what? Like, I really like I love anything Viking, me, and I just wanted to incorporate. And do you know what? I kind of like, because I think there's like a resemblance between Vikings and Saiyans, obviously in the sense that they're both warrior races and whatnot. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
And they're both quite brutal as well. And obviously in the series, when they're fighting the Tuffles, they're perceived as wearing like animal skins and stuff, aren't they? More barbaric. So I just started to incorporate it into the design.
Okay.
Very off.
No, I love the incorporation. It makes it very unique. It's just one of those things where I'm like, never seen it before. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. No. It's I've definitely never seen it on a Saiyan type character before at any rate.
I do wish you had some other colors instead of just using Goku's gi underneath, but...
Yeah, do you know what? I was talking about that with Austin as well, because I said to him, do you know, it's too much like Goku's gear, so I am going to change that at some point.
Well...
I mean, mine is literally Vegeta.
No,
except for
I changed you up just a little bit.
my wristbands instead of gloves. Which I do enjoy. I enjoy that. You should have put that punk chain on me.
I kind of forgot about it, to be fair.
It's fair. I don't wear a chain anyway. But yeah, this is sick. Absolutely sick. You did a really good job too.
Yeah.
We all stick out nicely, which is dope. I mean, I'm the cutest one, obviously. We know. No, just kidding. This is like great though, and I love your style for this, man. Like, it's Dragon Ball, but it's not completely like it's really cool.
So, I've always had this thing with I like Dragon Ball style, but I've always found that some of their stuff is just too rigid. So I tend to soften a lot of the curves and the line work and make it a little bit more semi-real in some aspects, like with the muscle and stuff like that. I tend to go a little bit more of like the Tekken route.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I like that too. I agree with you, especially in Dragon Ball Z. Like, I think Dragon Ball Z is probably among the masses the most popular when it comes to design. Like the ladder of Dragon Ball Z's design. But, like, later seasons Cell and up. But I personally have not liked those as much as, like, I like Supers and, like, original Dragon Ball. I like the rounder, softer design. So, I think you did a really good job here.
And we have a Jurassic World picture. I wonder who picked that. So... Shirley, you are quickly becoming one of my favorite artists in the group, and not just because you do Jurassic World, even though that's probably a real big reason of it. I'm one of the only other people who have ever done dinosaur pictures or paintings in this group. I'm a little disappointed. I want to see more. I'd like to see you do one, Eric.
I've got to interject on that one. I used to draw dinosaurs all the time.
Well, where are they?
I don't know if they stack up to what I do now. But I've got a really nice drawing of a Gorgonopsid. I might put that up at some point.
I want to see more dinosaurs!
So, wait. Right, one at a time, bro.
Shoot, my bad.
Eric first, good.
Thanks. I was just saying that I've only drawn dinosaur once, ever. So, like... And it wasn't a Jurassic Park dinosaur, so I can't even post it. It's not fan art.
You can be a fan of dinosaurs as a whole. It counts.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was younger.
Who didn't? Who didn't grow up watching Jurassic Park going, I want to dig up dinosaurs?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Really quick on this piece itself, though. Now, this is wood etching we were talking about. Absolutely incredible. It's always nice to see a medium that we don't see often. And what I love about this is this looks like it's the box set. Like, this looks like it's on a big, like, this could be in a book, a wooden book that just flips open, and then you got the whole DVD collection or something. Could you make that for me, please?
Dude, that's an awesome idea. Shirley!
Really? Please.
Do you know what? To me, it looks like a metal press stump.
But man,
at the same time.
Incredible. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. to sit there and get like a wooden box and you have something on the spine. You can have your hinges there. Have this is like your cover. I would put my DVDs in there. I have a dog that apparently likes to eat my DVDs. She ate Jurassic Park 3. You were lucky I had another copy.
You're lucky he didn't send you there.
You're unlucky it didn't eat the second one.
Hey, I like Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Lost World. Nah, sorry.
Sinner.
Mm.
All right, Shirley.
Okay.
You are a fantastic artist. I love this. I love these wood engravings that you do. Keep up the great work.
All right, so our last featured piece of the night goes to Davonte Ross with this Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. Oh my goodness. Absolutely wonderful. I love the colors here. Also, you are a new member, so welcome, Devonte, to the Global Geek Art family. And congratulations on your first feature on the pod.
Actually, I don't know if this is his first feature. I think he's been featured maybe last week, too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I missed last week's show watching. Sorry. Love you.
Me too, boo.
But, yeah, really nice colors here. I like the way the hair looks here. It looks like, almost see a little bit of, like, peach tone in the hair. As I'm looking, and I do like that. It's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm digging this.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the skin tone, and I like how you've got the white on his face, like the light that's surrounding him. And I'm not sure, but has he used like a jelly roll or something for the white dots?
Definitely looks it.
I can't quite tell. I want to say that looks like pencil to me. But then the white marks look like they're maybe a paint marker, maybe?
Well,
because they're bigger, fatter dots.
I can't see what he's done for the outline. Like around him, you can see it's like a hazy white behind it. So I don't know what he's used for that. Huh.
Hazy white.
Yeah. If you look,
kind of reminds me of a little technique that I do myself. And honestly, what I think that probably is, and I might be wrong, it's either colored pencil, which very well may be, because it would go over kind of lightly. If you go over that lightly, it's going to create that effect. But what it also very well could be is if you take those jelly rolls, you got to be fast with it. But if you take those jelly rolls or the, I think they're Unival Signos or whatever, you color in really quick, and then take a little dab of water on your finger and just push in a direction. It creates a aura-like thing, and it makes it kind of transparent like that. So that could be what it is, but I really do like that effect. I will say, though, I really, really wish he took some more time on the stars and made them all star-shaped. I don't think the accented kind of lines here look like stars or anything, but it is throwing it off for me a little bit, but other than that, I'm really, really digging it. And now that you pointed it out, especially, that white little like haze effect is really sticking out to me, and it's really well done.
I mean, I do like the fact that he's put the stars in, and like the white flecks that you get in the aura that's coming up his shirt. But my only issue with the stars is, and this is only to help him, is there's too many. You need to space them out a bit more and have less. Because if you actually look at, sometimes if you look at a night sky, there isn't actually full of stars like that. You see them all dotted around the sky, and they don't like follow a linear pattern, if you get what I'm saying. But other than that, I do really like it, especially that white glow coming from him.
You know, I gotta say, I used to have the same issue too, though, where whenever I was having to do like a star pattern or something, and yes, I realize these are not actually stars. This is aura specs that they, decided every character needed in Dragon Ball Super. But what it looks like, I said, what it looks like to me is it looks like paint. Especially now that I really start to look at it, because you like over on the left side here. You start getting some pulls away from the actual dot itself, which makes me think he might be using a paintbrush or something. He's dipping.
You can get that from jelly rolls and Unipens, though.
Yeah, you can definitely get it. I honestly wouldn't think he'd be using paintbrush here.
Well, paintbrush, but there's also the paint markers too.
The paint markers are definitely a possibility.
And that's what I was kind of thinking for that aura, too. So, like, on my piece that we had shown a little bit back, I took a white paint marker and I was doing lines through the aura, and it fades it out, and you can pull it with your finger and kind of, like, flatten the white out so it kind of blends in with the color and softens it.
Right.
So maybe that's what that aura could have been as well. But that was the one thing that, like, really, really popped out to me. Like, he's got a really good expression on Goku Black's face, and Goku Black himself looks really good, but that aura just popped to me. Or the specifically the white outline aura really popped to me.
Definitely.
Do you know what? Sorry to interrupt, but I'm looking at it now. Do you know what I really like about this? Not only when Eric mentioned the sort of peachy colour in the hair, but the more I look at it, is there's like green in his shirt, like the one that's over the black one. You can just see the hints of green in there, can't you? Now, normally if I do Goku Black, I actually use a blue grey for that. So that sort of looks more like a greeny grey. So I really like that. And then the purple in his dark jumper underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like that effect on this.
What that green on the shirt does is it accents that earring.
Yes.
Which is nice. It's really, really nice. So I do overall like this a lot. I just the stars, just because of how they're put on there, I just feel like they're a little rushed. So like Devonte, like please, like keep cranking this stuff out because it's great. But just to anyone, never feel like you got to rush or anything.
Yeah.
Art takes time. Y'all got.
And I just want to, make clear for everybody, if you guys ever need help or you feel like you're stuck with something, talk to the admins. We're all pretty open group where we just really want to help each other. Like, I get asked why I do these videos. It's not so I can show off. It's not so I can get anything. I didn't even want to show my own piece. I'll tell you that right now.
He didn't.
I really didn't. But I just wanted to, like, show off people's art. Because I feel like so many people do such a good job. And they don't get nearly enough love. I know one of my biggest struggles has always been, like, I don't really have a whole lot of exposure for my paintings. Like, I do a good job, but I don't really have anywhere to show them off to aside from my friends and posting them on Facebook to my closed group. So I fear this helps everybody get a little bit of exposure.
I definitely agree.
That was always kind of my thought about it.
I used to hate taking advice and help. And I used to always want to do it on my own. But do you know what? When you actually start to take on board what people are telling you to help you improve your art, it does work. And you think to yourself, do you know what? Why didn't I do this sooner? So don't always take stuff in a bad light. Some people are genuinely trying to help.
Absolutely. And like that's like me. Like I say I'm self-taught, but truthfully, I'm self-taught by learning from everyone around me. Like I was saying earlier with Daniel Rios's art, for example, I straight up study his pieces whenever he posts something. I'm looking at every single thing, trying to figure out like how he gets those effects and how he makes those colors pop. And I do that with a lot of the other artists in the group too. And it's good. And like, you know, reach out to the artists, reach out to us and like ask and talk to us. Like, we're happy to help and show tips. We're not critiquing. We're just saying like, you know, what could be better, what could be worse. I know that is technically critiquing, but we're not saying it in like a way of like, oh, you know, wow, you should have done it.
Your work is trash. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, of course not. And like the other cool thing is talking to so many artists, everyone does things differently. Even if you're running things in a certain way or you've learned from some other artist who does things a specific way, you're still going to produce things a little bit different. Everything's forever changing, and like it's nice to have like as much in your arsenal as you can to produce like the best work possible at all times.
Yeah, 100%, guys. So you know, I guess in closing here, I do love your guys' art. I love seeing you guys all the time. I want to make sure that I can feature you guys doing a good job. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video of kind of how I pick who gets featured, who's in the honorable mentions, etc. As always, if you guys like these videos, please make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We're getting all into TikTok right now. You can thank that
TikTok
guy right there.
Hey.
But, and guys, please share these videos. I don't do these videos for myself, as I just said. I do these videos for you. You got featured. Share it to your friends. Share it to your family. Damien Stewart, if I remember correctly, he sent me this video of his family watching my video and reacting. And for me, like, I stopped what I was doing. I was out at a bar. I was having a good time. I was listening to live music. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This dude has a reaction to my video. This is going to be great. I need to see this. So, just, it's all about spreading the love to each other. I spread my love to you guys. I hope you guys spread your love for what I do, what Eric does, what Jamie does, to everybody else that you know. If you know anybody who wants to get their art shown, have them join the Geek Art page. And, guys, do you have anything else to say?
No,
Come
it was.
check out my art, guys. Come
Stop
check out
talking at the same time!
Yeah, follow us, be with us, post your art. We love you all. Always a pleasure to be on the cast. And that's all I got to say. Oh, and if I could just shamelessly plug myself, follow Broken Arted Studio on TikTok. It's not as sad as it sounds.
And Rhinestar Arts.
Yeah, I should have probably mentioned that myself. But thanks for the shout.